Hey guys, Kaz here real quick. Just want to let you know before this episode starts, I tried out something different. I was in a new studio I had like two producers with me. This guy invited me to the studio. Wanted to see how I try it out. Let me know if you kind of like me feeding off the producers a little bit and like me kind of bouncing off of them, or if you like the normal kind of just one-on-one style of the show. Let me know in the YouTube comments, like sincerely. I want to know your guys' thoughts. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the episode. It was a fun one. And nonetheless, here you go.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So, okay, something I need to grow on. There's a lot. I feel like I'm in a therapy session.
It's just a good start.
No, I get what you're saying. No, yeah. I feel like I'm being, I feel like I'm being drilled. Okay, what do I need to grow on?
It's just a lot of reflecting.
No, it's fine. No. Let's hold it. No, put me in this position. No, I want to be up against the ropes right now. Hold on. No. Let me sit on this. Let me sit on my problems. Let me hold it in. I think there's a lot that I could improve on, and I'm sure I should probably, if we really wanted to get to the bottom of this, we should probably call my family, and they would probably have a longer list than I do. But I think maybe, I don't know, I think I need to, I don't know, honestly. I think I'm doing a pretty bang-up job. If we're going to honestly break it down right now, I think I'm doing a bang-up job in life. And anyways, episode 54, Kicking It with Kaz. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm in a new studio today. It's not my studio. I have two producers right now. This is new for me. If you guys want to say what's up into the mic, just so they know you're here.
What's up? Hey.
Yeah, just so they know I didn't go schizophrenic one week on them. And I'm talking to people in the corners. No, they're here. And we're in this beautiful studio. I think this is obviously where we're going to be recording the podcast out of now, and it's going to be kind of like the new thing here. It's not going to be me alone in my room, just losing it every week. It's going to be, we're going to have a little bit of a flow, and we're going to be running shit. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to be running. Speaking of running, actually, this was something that I wanted to bring up because I learned this a little bit too late. You know when they say, when somebody will be talking about someone and they'll be like, oh, they're ran through. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I thought, I dead ass when I was younger. I don't know why I thought this, but I was so invested in football in my life at that time that I was like, oh, ran through. I was like, they would like, and my friend would be like, yeah, the whole football team just ran through. I was like, she lets them run Oklahoma drills? I was so confused. I was like, she goes to practice every day. They're like, yeah, dude, they're like, she runs. She goes, the whole football team ran through. I go, she's better than most coaches out here. She's just giving her body for the team. I go, I couldn't believe it. I go, can I meet this girl? They go, no, you can't just meet her. I go, who is this girl? And they just kept talking about her like this, and I had no idea. This went on for like 20 minutes until they were like, yeah, dude, like dudes would just fuck her. And I go, whoa. I go, what are you talking about? I go, don't talk about her like that. And they go, that's what she's ran through. And then they had to explain the whole thing. I thought she was like out there doing like Oklahoma drills.
I just thought she was dedicated.
I thought she was a dedicated player, and I thought she was
had
there
school spirit.
Yeah, a little bit too much school spirit on her back, maybe, but maybe not on the field. I don't know, man. But I thought I sincerely, I was in that conversation for probably about 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to a friend of mine. This was probably keep in mind, this was maybe like freshman, sophomore year of high school. Mm-hmm. So these new terms were just flying around. And I heard ran through, and I was like, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. I go, I wouldn't even do that, honestly. And I go, and I play. I go, I'm not just going to let these guys just run me over. I go, I'm going to at least put up a fight. And they were like, yeah, she's doing like 10 dudes a week. And I go, holy shit. I go, have they considered signing her maybe? Have they considered her putting on maybe as a strong safety? It sounds like she's got a beautiful build on her. Sounds like she's really just able to come down and make a tackle.
Talk about
and they're like, yeah. And she's like, and I'm like, I'm sure she's able to just really just come down and just make a play. And they're like, she's making plays all week. And I go,
she's coming down.
I go, yeah. Yeah, I go, that's crazy. These chairs, by the way, fantastic.
Cozy.
I'm not going to lie to you. This thing, it's got a little bit of rock into it. Mm-hmm. It feels nice. I feel like I'm in I don't know how to explain it, but it feels nice. Mm-hmm. It feels real good. Yeah. And crazy enough, actually, I just spent, once again, another bad purchase of mine. Amazon was having their little Prime Day sale. Mm-hmm. And they were doing I don't know, whatever, half off. and I see half off, and I pull out my credit card, dude. I slut it out in that exact moment. I start slutting out my credit card. My credit card, dude, it's so dirty. Those numbers have been punched in so many times, just in and out of every fucking machine I can put it into. It gets slut out every single week.
Fucking raw.
You should see the edges of it. I'm not even kidding. I can show you my wallet after this. My debit card has seen some better days because I didn't know that it had the. Whatchamacallit on it? What's that thing called? Yeah, the tap pay. And I'm a fucking moron, so I don't know how to use it. But I finally figured it out. So I was going everywhere with my debit card, in and out, everywhere I could find it. Any slot, any purchase that I could make, I was sticking my debit card in as fast as I could.
You see a slit? My card's in there.
My card, dude, I was swiping shit left and right. So anyways, I decided to buy a crazy $500 chair because it was half off. It was only $250. And I was like, that's an absolute steal. But the problem with me is this is the first chair purchase I've ever made. My posture has been, I'm not even kidding you. If a chiropractor walked in my room, they would start fucking throwing up, having an aneurysm on the ground. They would be sick to their stomach. I sit there, I look like I'm a goblin who's searching for the next wand. I look like I'm sitting at my computer, waiting to just fucking, sniff the screen. I look like I want to fucking sniff a pixel through my left nostril. It's disgusting. One time I was I caught a reflection of myself in the window, and I was disgusted. I had to shut my laptop for the day, and I started doing stretches. And I went to yoga that day. I caught a glimpse of myself, and I went to yoga that afternoon. And I go, let's do it. And they go, oh, it's nice to have you here. I go, fix me. And they go, what do you mean? I go, fix me. And they go, sir, stretch you? I go, I heard you guys touch my inner chakra. I don't know what you do here, but just make it happen. And that yoga didn't fix anything, honestly. It honestly made me feel a lot worse about myself. And it made me know that there's people in there that, to be quite honest with you, I don't know if you've ever been to a yoga studio or whatever, but I've seen some people who, whatever, we're in a professional studio, and I don't mean to get weird about it or whatever, but there's some people who I think could do some kind of crazy things in the bedroom. I see some. Hold on. No, and dude, there's some dudes in there who I'm pretty sure if they took the time out of the day could suck their own cock. And I've seen it before. And I've seen it because it looks like whenever they're stretching and they get close, they're curious. They're curious. It's almost like they're thinking it too. Because I see them out of the corner of my eye, and it's almost like they give a pass through. I saw one guy wink at me, and he was like, "I could do it," and I was like, "Relax." One guy, I swear to you, I think he winked at me. I saw a little glisten in his eyes, and I was like, he goes, "I could do it," and I go, "I believe you, man." He was looking at me like I didn't believe him. I was like, I believe you. You look like you're sniffing your own asshole right now. You don't have to prove it to anybody that you could probably suck your own dick. That's the age-old question. Yeah. If you could suck your own dick, would you? I'm not going to say whether I would or not, but I'm just saying I can't because I've tried in the past.
So the answer is always yes. The answer is always yes.
The answer is yeah, you know what?
Because you've tried.
How committed I've tried. No. Hold on.
No. We've all tried.
No. We've all tried, but I haven't. It was never my intention. Mm-hmm. If I landed the plane, I don't know if I would have executed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I would have got to the destination, I don't know if the deed would have been fulfilled. I was just curious. I can't, so it's out of the question. It doesn't matter. And I don't need to, because then if I was able to, then I would have had to learn something about myself that day that maybe I wouldn't want to learn. I would have had to learn something a little bit new. I would have had to learn that maybe I swing that way. And I don't know, which is fine, but I don't know. I didn't want to learn that day, and I didn't have to, and that's okay. And we're here, and it's great, and so everybody's fine. But yeah. How did I get to that? Do you know what I was talking about? Yoga. Thank you. Yeah. So, anyways, yoga. My lumbar not good. Mm-mm. So obviously, I care about my lumbar, and I've seen some of these 80-year-olds, and even my own grandfather, which God bless him, but he lost about 12 inches from the back. It's not good. It's not good. He lost about 12 inches. Obviously, some of it's gravity, but others of it is, the slouching or whatever. And I'm like, I can't lose that, right? Because I'm just over 6 feet. And if I drop below that, I don't think I could go on with life. No. I don't know how anybody below 6 feet goes on with life. Are you above 6 feet?
Yes, it's 6 foot plus.
Okay.
We're the 6 foot club.
Beautiful. Yeah, no, because I was thinking about it and I was like, I saw my grandpa and he was like, I used to be 6 foot. I go, you're 5'3". I go, I don't know. I don't know if you're lying. I don't know if you're lying or if gravity works better than it actually does. But I don't know. I don't know. And that's honestly the funny thing about it. So every time I look at them, I'm like, fuck, I need something for my lumbar. So I bought that $500 chair because I was like, I need my lumbar to feel supported.
That's why I got these.
Exactly. I want my back to feel supported because I don't want to have late term scoliosis when I'm sitting on my computer and I'm like typing up a document or something like that. And then and the next thing I know, because at first you don't notice it. You don't notice it. And that's what's funny too, is like you don't notice it when it's like bad in your back or whatever like that, especially with like younger kids. Like some parents, they'll go into denial. You ever see this? They're like, they're fine, they don't need a back brace or whatever, but their kid, it looks like it's a slip and slide down their spine.
You play the xylophone on that thing.
It seriously is. It looks like if you go do and you smack it in the head, it looks like, and you feel bad for the kid, obviously. But some of these parents, they go into denial, and then when you get older, you're even more in denial of yourself, I feel like. So when you're sitting at a computer, like, oh, I only do it sometimes, but like, I'm like, fuck, I gotta get the ergonomic, which is like a big word now. They love to throw that shit around, I'm
Sounds
sure the
good.
cavemen weren't ergonomic, okay? But they love to throw the term around, and they're like, ergonomic. And I'm like, what? And so I bought an ergonomic chair, apparently, and it's supposed to like straighten your spine or something like that. I'm sure somewhere or another, I'm still gonna be fucking sniffing the screen, trying to almost like I'm trying to like jump into it, but I don't know. I think it's good because at the end of the day, my lumbar is supported and it needs that support.
So no yoga though.
The yoga, I did it for a day and then I kind of decided that I didn't feel like joining a cult that day, and I didn't feel like, having a man bun and needing to scream at everybody about their third eye. I didn't want to have to because when you join yoga, like you can't just join yoga and like do yoga. You have to go down the street and like yell at people and be
you
like,
have to cry in Vinyasana. Vinyasana, that's the end. Vinyasana, is that what it's called? When they're like, time to Vinyasana. You know what I'm talking about?
It sounds like you have a yoga pass that you share with the community. No, but sort of like you have to like when you do yoga, you can't just do yoga. You have to like go out and you have to like scream at people and be like, your third eye's not opening, and you're like,
Do
what
ayahuasca.
Are you talking? Yeah, you have to do ayahuasca.
You have to become the new Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, exactly. You have to look like Aaron Rodgers. That was the best possible example that I could have given. You have to look like Aaron Rodgers right now, right? You have to hate the government, but then also but then love it at the same time in a really weird way. You're like, fuck the government, but you're like, it's all right. It's not bad. and then, because you're like, fuck the government, but thank God for my yoga studio, so. I don't know. It's kind of all the same thing, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of the same with people who are like really into like animals, I would think, but not like not in the way of like you have a pet and you have animals. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like bird watching. I thought about getting into bird watching one time. I thought about it for a second, but then I was like, I fucking hate birds. Why would I? And I feel like that's kind of like I don't know if you know this, but that's kind of a big
It's like a deal
criteria.
breaker. Yeah.
It is a deal breaker. I told the people I went to a club one day and I was like, hey, can I join your bird watching club? And they were like, first of all, it's a group. And I was like, okay, sorry. And I went up to this place and they would go, can I go join your bird watching group? And they were like, do you like birds? I go, I think we should kill them all. Is what I said. And they go, what are you talking about? I go, you watch birds and then 12 gauge, right? The bird gets followed by a 12 gauge, correct? And they go, no, absolutely not. This is a teal southern. Pull up a rare bird. Give me a rare bird. Give me the rarest bird ever. I just want to make this bit better than as good as it can be. Rare bird beauties. Relax, dude. Relax. Okay, now we have a bunch of random women on our screen. What is this? Top 10. Okay, yeah. What's that thing called? Top 10 rarest birds. Just give me a name. I'm just trying to get a name. What is that? One that I could pronounce. Oh my God, that is a beautiful bird. I wouldn't mind that in my house. It's a rat with a little lemon drop on top.
It's a sea blue flower pecker.
You kind of want to sniff his head, don't you? Look at him. Doesn't he look like he's got a scratch and sniff sticker on his head? You sniff it, you're like, whoa! It looks like it, does it not? What's that thing called? Kebu? Right?
That's a Cebu flower pecker.
Cebu? You think it's the S sound? Cebu flower pecker? He could peck my flowers. I mean, look at that beautiful bird right there. Give me one above it real quick. I want to see the number 10. Oh, there was. Oh, that was 10. Oh, New
We could count down if you'd like.
New Caledonian Owlet Nightjar. No, that's exactly what people want to hear. They want me to go through the top 10 rarest birds. On today's episode, top 10 rarest birds. This one isn't doing it for me.
Should we count down to number 1? Should we go all the way?
Yeah, go all the way to number 1. These ones aren't doing it for me.
Let's see.
South. Now that one.
bonus.
Oh, that's a bonus. Hold on, this one.
Oh, that was a superb bird. The one below it. Oh, see, no, what's that? What's that? It's all one color.
Yeah.
Talk about not stepping out of your comfort. Now that thing right there, that thing looks like it just went through Hurricane Ian. There's no way that's a real bird. Do you see that thing? It looks like it's got a carrot on top of its head. It looks like Bugs Bunny tried to murder this fucking bird. This toucan. Is it a toucan?
It looks like it's beak
right?
skinned, right?
I know. Well, maybe it got into some Twitch. What is this, stream? Oh wait, no. Maybe they're not streaming. This bird streams on Twitch. 9 p.m. on Tuesdays. Hold on. As one hears from the name, the New Zealand rock wren. The rock wren kind of kicks ass. Rock wren is endemic. I'm going to pretend like I know what that means. To the South Island of New Zealand. It's whatever. It means little complaining bird and twitch. That's what a damn. Dude, that's what some people who are listening right now call their wives, and that's not nice. You shouldn't do that. Little complaining bird. That's what they say at the bar. Rufous-headed hornbill. Now, this guy looks like a guy that I would like to get down with. He's got everybody who's listening and not watching on the YouTube. He kind of looks like Kung Fu Panda became a bird, but then fucked a gopher. I don't know, right?
There's gopher in there. There's
a little bit of gopher. He's got like whiskers on it. I don't know if he's part cat or maybe that's to get rid of the cats. Can you scroll down a little bit? Native to the Philippines. The rufous-headed hornbill is one of the most endangered of its species. They sport a bony casque, which sticks out from the top of their wrinkly red, orangey bills. The bill may seem strong, but it is actually structurally thin with hollow bone cells. All right, that's enough on the birds. But anyways, back to my story. Sorry. Back to my story. The birds, I went to this bird community and they were like, first of all, obviously you need to like birds to be enjoyed in this bird community. But what I found was kind of weird was they were like, we're bird watchers. They're kind of bird stalkers. When you really think about it, because they're coming into their home and they're like, it's an endangered species. And I go, I don't care what level of endangerment it is. It probably wants to just vibe. And they're like, and all these people, they want to take pictures and they want to like encage it. Dude, fucking let the thing die. Let it die by itself. I know everybody wants to keep these like beautiful birds. Also, isn't it kind of crazy whenever they have like the macaws in the zoo, which I find just a little bit curious when they're like, they're endangered and they want to like, like keep them around or whatever like that. But they're keeping them around in a cage. I feel like they didn't ask the birds if they wanted that. Because I don't think the birds are too thrilled about it. I think if you ask the birds, I think if the birds could speak, I think the birds would say, hey.
A lot of them do speak.
I'm not happy here. I think their grow of the week would be, maybe I could grow my wings and get the fuck out of here. I think they'd be a little bit happier if they weren't in this space. And people, also I saw another day today, this lady from one of these, I don't know, maybe it was like SeaWorld, but isn't everybody on that fuck SeaWorld thing? Isn't that like a whole thing, right?
It's a wave. It's a wave.
Yeah, it's a... I saw that. It is a wave. But I saw them taking these penguins. They were like the King Emperor penguins, the one that like, can you pull one off for me real quick? Yeah. So like the King Emperor penguins, I think those are the ones that I'm talking about with like the, right?
Yeah, the Emperor penguins, the big one.
I think. Pull it up just so I believe I know what I'm talking about.
The happy feet ones?
No. The one with the orange shit on his head?
Oh, that's a macaroni.
How do you know that?
I don't know.
That's interesting, man. That's
I like birds too.
A macaroni? They named this fucker after a new. Yeah, this one. He looks like who looks like a depressed lawyer. Yeah, that one. Oh, yeah. That guy I would trust to do my taxes. I don't know what it is about those penguins. But that macaroni penguin, right? He looks like he's a little slouched, but he's good with numbers.
He looks grumpy.
Yeah, he looks upset. You walk in and he's like, what do you mean you spent $5,000? He's upset. You owe me $35,000. Would you get $5,000?
He's smoking a cigar.
Yeah, he's smoking a cigar. Maybe he's a little Italian. He hates his life, but he loves his country. Yeah. Look at him, man. He's
it's fucking bullshit, but I'm gonna go fight. I'm gonna go fight Hitler. I'm gonna go fucking fight for my country in World War II.
Dude, dude, he'll fight for the country, but he also hates the fuck out of it. He hates the president, but loves the country. That's exactly what this guy looks like. Anyways, they're taking this penguin, this macaroni. Yeah. Macaroni. They're taking this macaroni penguin, and they were dipping him in paint Not the full penguin, just the feet. And they were having him step his feet over on a canvas, and they're selling these fuckers for $50 a pop online. And you know what? You know who's not getting a cut? That guy right there. That's who's not getting a cut. And they're taking it all for themselves, and they're having him make these like arts and crafts. Like he's like a I don't know, like they took a kindergartner and they enslaved it. I don't know what they're like. They're making him do like finger paintings, and he's just like thrilled to be there. And then as soon as the video cuts, they kick him right back in his little cage. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? And they're just selling them. I see people in the comments are like, my mom loves penguins. Can you get her one? Can I? How much are these? How much are? I go, don't buy one. You're encouraging these people to keep taking these penguins and putting the little paint on their feet and letting them tipper tapper all over this shit. And it's ridiculous. Anyways, I can't stay on my bird story. So the bird people, it's kind of like stalking.
Okay.
A little bit. It's a little bit like stalking. And it's a little bit like, how do I say? I don't know. Like it's, if you really think about it, because people are like, oh, we're bird watchers or whatever, right? Because they think they watch and then the birds aren't kind of involved in this whole thing. But I don't think that's not what, if a person was doing this, and they were like, "Oh, I'm watching people." That's not allowed. You can't just watch people for fun. Well, I guess you can. Isn't that a weird thing? People go to like a park or something. They'll be like, "I'm people watching," but like if you do it outside someone's window, not cool. But it is the same thing. I just want to make that clear. It is the same thing. If you're in a park, if you're in a public place, right? If you're in a public place, you could stare at some lady, right, who's knitting a sweater. Well, maybe people don't knit sweaters in Subway or something like that. I don't know. But maybe this lady's knitting a sweater in the park. You could stare at her. I've seen people paint people in public. Like, which by the way, I don't know if you've ever tried to paint someone, and I never have, but you could imagine you got to stare at them for quite a while. I saw one guy who on TikTok, I don't know if you've seen this, but he like paints people on the subway. I'm surprised he does it in Brooklyn. I'm surprised this guy hasn't got lit up. Do you know how long you have to stare at someone in New York for them to punch you? Not long. Not long. This guy's staring at people. He's drawing beautiful portraits. I'm waiting for one guy to just look at him and be like, "You drawing me?" And just light him up. He's like, "How about the police draw your body on the ground when they show up with chalk?" Okay? If anyone is getting their self drawn right now, it's going to be you in a body bag. That's what I would imagine. But anyways, people watching, it's cool in a public place. It's not cool in somebody's home, which makes sense because it's like private or whatever. But a lot of people got a lot of open windows. And sometimes I feel when people have like a lot of glass at the front of their homes, I never would because I'm not that type of guy. But sometimes I feel like these people are asking to be looked at sometimes because you got blinds, they're wide open. Oh, it's for light, but it's so open. And you're doing all these things in your house. I feel like some people, they want to be in like kind of like a, how do I put it? Like like they want to create their own reality TV show with the people outside. Like they want to create like their own like little reality thing because everybody wants to be like the Kardashians, you know, to just like do nothing and make money. Yeah. That's the American dream, honestly. Really? The American dream is switched from building, like it used to be like, come here, you know, build something for your family, build something, you know, great or whatever, to just how can I do the least amount of work and make the most amount of money? And that's, can you blame them? Can you blame them? I don't think you could blame them because
what are we doing right now?
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, people don't understand, dude. It's crazy how difficult it is to make TikToks all day that people don't understand. That's what's so crazy about it, you know? Actually, there was TikTokers who were going on there, and I don't know if you saw this at all, but there were some TikTokers who were talking on TikTok, and they were like, "You have no idea." They're like, "You have no idea how hard it is to do what I do." And I go, "What?" I go, "You crazy?" I go, I work construction a little bit before like this stuff started like taking off for me or whatever. And I worked construction for a little bit. You know what's harder than this right now, dude? Building a fucking home. That shit is difficult. That shit's very hard. Okay? One time I literally had to my entire job for the day too. And what was shitty too was it was the construction company I was working for was my uncle. So he was just giving me dick jobs. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so anything that was just like the shittiest one, like we would like pull up to like some house or whatever, and he'd be like, "All right, I'm gonna be in here doing work." And he goes, "And there's an entire truck outside. Just shit smells terrible." And he goes, "And it's heavy as fuck." He goes, it should take you about 12 hours if you could just get started on that. I go, oh my God. And so for any of the creators to say that this is more difficult, out of their goddamn minds. They're losing it. Mm-hmm. They are losing it. They're so out of touch with reality. It's truly unbelievable. Okay. Let's do some current events. What did I have on the screen? Can we go to the first link?
Yeah, we got Arizona cryonics facility preserves bodies to revive later.
Okay. Can we scroll down a little bit?
Yeah.
I want to read this. Inside tanks filled with liquid nitrogen are the bodies and heads of 199 humans who opted to be cryopreserved in hopes of being revived in the future when science has advanced beyond what is capable of today. Many of the patients at the foundation were terminally ill with cancer, ALS or other diseases with no present-day cure. Okay, that makes sense, but scroll down a little bit more because I heard that I was on Twitter and I was seeing that Paris Hilton agreed that when she's on the way out, they were like, they wanted to freeze her. Let's see. The cryopreservation process begins after a person is declared legally dead. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Wait, after they're legally dead?
Yeah, I think so.
So they want to play God? Is that what's going on here? They want to play God?
Yeah, I think they want to come back. I don't think they're going, hey, freeze me alive and bring me back later.
That'd be crazy. That's what I thought it was. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I thought these people were like, listen, shit's not great for me right now. I might as well just freeze the body and see if I could do better in 100 years.
You think they're in there and they're like, it's getting chilly.
I thought, I'm not even kidding. I thought that's what they were doing, which now I'm realizing is fucking stupid. And I thought people were just like being like, hey, can you scroll down? Please tell me. I feel like they have a picture. Maybe I saw it. Do they have oh, they don't. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to see it. Don't look it up. Okay. The disease or injury cured or fixed and the person has a new body. Whoa! They want to have their body cloned or a whole body prosthetic or their body reanimated can meet up with their what friends? They're going to be fucking dead. What do you mean meet up with your friends again? When do they think this is going to happen? Next year? Do they think they're just going out for like a few moments and then coming back? Oh my God, dude. Would you ever, real talk, would you guys ever want to be, if they in the future were able to bring you back from the dead, would you want to be?
We got to see what that dead feels like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. That's what's so crazy because like, what would suck too is like, obviously like nobody knows what happens when you die. And so it would be fucking crazy. Like, I just think I could never. Like, that would be crazy. Like, when I'm out, dude. Like, these people trying to play God is crazy. I watched this movie once. It was a really old movie on Netflix with Ryan Reynolds. That was, it was like a really shitty movie. It was clearly like, which was weird too, because it was made, he was already kind of big. And normally, you see an actor take a shitty movie when like their career is not exactly on the up and up. They're not exactly doing too hot. And so normally that's when you would see that. But it was like during like the middle of a career. Anyways, the movie, spoilers, whatever. It's a terrible movie. Don't watch it. You're going to be scarred for life. It's a horrible, horrible movie. I may have talked about this once, but probably not in depth.
It's called Face Off.
Look it up. I don't know.
Face Off, like John Travolta and Nick Cage.
What is it? Face Off? Like a hockey movie?
No, Face Off is
Like rip their face off?
well, the Face Off is a Nick Cage and
No, totally not what I'm talking
that's
about. Look up.
They swap each other's face, like they literally become each other and they hunt
not
each
that.
other.
Look up Ryan Reynolds, dead guy body. Okay, this is not. Maybe it's Selfless. Click on it.
That is what it is. And I was close because I said Face Off. But
No,
it was
I don't think that is actually.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? That's it. That's the one.
was
It's
close.
Selfless. That's what it's called. Anyway,
You see my mistake?
yeah, I could see. I got it. Anyways, Selfless is the movie. Anyways, the entire plot is like this old rich guy has a bunch of money. He's about to die, and they were like, we could, and like this company came up to him, and they were like, we could put you in a new body, and nobody needs to know, and no problems. Anyways, it turns out that like the way that they got the new body, he was like, oh, what do? You just like make it in a lab, and they were like, yeah, like technology's so advanced. Turns out they stole a guy out of his home, fucking killed him, and then put this old guy's body, like brain, into this man. And then he ended up like, he was having like flashbacks, and he was like, wait a minute, like what, like why am I having these flashbacks? And then he ends up going to
this house that he kept seeing in his head because he kept seeing an address and he was like, what's this fucking address? It was where the old guy lived. This fucking woman who is this guy's wife starts having like a panic attack and she's like, you were dead. I saw you. They buried you. I was like, what the fuck is this movie? This movie's insane. It was the craziest movie I've ever watched. I only got halfway through it because I was terrified. It's clearly, what is that, 6.5 out of 10 stars? It's a terrible movie. Whoever wrote it was a fucking freak. I don't know how anybody could have thought that this was a good idea, but it scared the living shit out of me. But anyways, yeah, that brought me back to the cryo people. I don't think I would ever be able to do that because it would scare, it would freak me out. Like, to have someone, isn't Disney cryopreserved?
That's why I pulled this up for you.
Oh, list of people. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. You're ahead of me. Living people have been cryopreserved. Let's see a name I know. Seth MacFarlane?
Damn.
Wait, what? Oh, like going to be cryopreserved? Like he's agreed to it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I was like, wait, no, I was like, no, he still voices Family Guy. He's not dead. I was so confused. And now, what are the dead people?
Here we go.
Which one's the...
I don't see Disney on here.
Oh, it's because they're trying to hide it, dude. They don't want you to know. Isn't it? There's like a conspiracy theory that the reason they made the movie Frozen was because when people look up now, because if you used to look up like Disney Frozen, it'd be like talk about his frozen head, but now you look it up, it's the movie. Damn. Not crazy, right? Not crazy. Because look up Disney Frozen right now.
But who made that choice? Did he make that choice? Was he like, you got to cover this up?
No, I think people probably eventually they were just like, they were looking at like the Google results and they were like, 18 million 13-year-olds just looked up Disney Frozen. I mean, I think that they were probably like, this is great for business. These kids don't want to see The Lion King anymore because they learned out that the guy who wrote it is fucking in a freezer. Disney. Bingo. I don't fucking make shit up, dude. Yeah, the rumor started a little after Disney died from lung cancer in December 1996. Just a few weeks after Disney's passing, a reporter claimed he had snuck into the hospital. Disney passed away and broke into the... Okay, this fucking reporter's out of his goddamn mind. He broke into a storage room, saw Disney's body in a cryogenic metal cylinder. There's no photograph, no proof, nothing in support. I believe this reporter to the day I die. I don't need any proof at all. Newspapers around the world heard of the reporter's claim and published it as a fact that's fueling the rumor. However, Disney's known obsession with futuristic, which could potentially better the world, didn't really help his case. Okay, yeah. So apparently it's not 100%, but I think he did it. Because if you got a bunch of money and, I don't see why he wouldn't do it. But yeah, anyways, let's bounce on to the next thing about what I had on. Actually, wait, no, dude, did you see, everybody's seen Kanye has been going on fucking crazy shit recently. Like normally he's on crazy shit, but then he started, what is he being like anti-Semitic on Twitter or something like that?
I'm a bit in the dark on this one. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, he was being like...
He wore a White Lives Matter shirt.
There was that.
That's what set it off.
No, that's what set it off. First of all, but then he started saying like anti-Semitic stuff on Twitter. You know what sucks about all this is I have a Kanye hat that says like whatchamacallit, like it's that one tweet where it's like if there was a room full of mirrors, I want to be surrounded in a room full of mirrors so I could be surrounded by winners or something like that. A friend of mine made this hat, gifted it to me, and you know what sucks is the hat. It's such a good fitting hat, and it fits so nice on my head. And like what sucks about it is now when I wear it, I feel like I'm getting like looks in public and people are like, oh, this guy's probably an anti-Semitic piece of shit. And I'm like, no, like I'm not. But it looks that way.
It's like a MAGA hat.
Exactly. Okay. And that's the problem because like what sucks is that like, and I want to reiterate, like this hat fits my head so well. And what's so terrible about it is like Kanye's just making me like fucking throw away such a great fucking hat because he wants to go around and be such a cock on the internet and say terrible things when like I'm just walking around. I want to have a nice hat. It's not, what does he say? What is the tweet? I'm a bitch sleeping at night, but when I wake up, I'm that is terrible. I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic. So he just was anti-Semitic in the prior sentence. Just to reiterate that. The funny thing is I can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew. Also, you guys have toyed with me, tried to blackball anyone, whoever opposes your agenda. So the last third of that, no idea what that means, right?
Not correlated.
Okay. Totally uncorrelated. The funny also, okay, this is okay.
So the problem now, you could see why it sucks, because I want to wear this hat because it's such a nice fitting hat, and it just like it sits on my head right. It fits around all the edges nice. But now I walk out in public and I feel like people are gonna like look at me different. They're gonna like try and like kick my ass, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's wearing a Kanye hat. Oh, clearly he believes everything that Kanye says." But like, I want to reiterate, like, I'm not gonna lie. If Tom Cruise came up to me and he gave me a nice fitting hat that just so happened to be a Scientology hat, I'm not saying I support Scientology. I'm just saying it's a nice fitting hat.
Sick Top Gun hat, dude.
Dude, if he gave me a Scientology hat, there's a lot of things that I would wear on my head that I don't support.
Let's reread the first sentence.
I'm a bit sleepy tonight. How does that have anything into correlation? I'm a bit sleepy. Was that like him like trying to be like, listen, I'm a little tired, so if I say some dangerously anti-Semitic shit right now, just know that I was a little dozy. Because everybody knows when you're a little sleepy, you get violently racist. Hey guys, sorry I said the N-word, I was tired.
It's like being hangry, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh. I'm
Sorry I said the N-word, I was sleepy. No. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, this was on his agenda. He goes, I'm a little tired right now, but when I wake up in the morning, I'm going deaf, not DEFCON, DeathCon. That's violently anti-Semitic.
Wrong word.
Wrong word. In all honesty, I think he might have just, once again, he was sleepy. He probably meant DEFCON. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
100%.
DEFCON 3, the Jewish people in all caps doesn't look good for him right now. It doesn't look good. It's not looking good for him. The all caps and Jewish people, it doesn't look good for Kanye. Then he goes, the funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic. Once again, we reiterated from before. He can be anti-Semitic. He just proved it in the previous sentence. He actually proved that he can be violently anti-Semitic. And then he goes, because black people are actually Jew also. I don't know. Historically, once again, black people, yeah, they can be Jewish because it is a religion. That is actually very possible. Anybody can be Jewish. He's not wrong. We got to give him that. Then he goes, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda. That is where he loses me. I was totally in it. I was totally, once again, not on his side. Not on his side, but I was totally understanding everything. And then he goes, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who never opposes your agenda. That's where he lost me. Because I'm confused about the agenda that he's speaking of. I'm sure I don't know. I think he probably means like left wing, I'm assuming, when he says agenda.
I think he probably heard.
Well, he did have a White Lives Matter shirt on, which is crazy. You pull up some more tweets. Were there any more?
I'm not going to lie to you. When I pulled this up, I thought this was a fake tweet. And I was
No, dude.
That's the real one. I think
That's what all
one.
Kanye's tweets look like. Were there any more tweets? Did it pull up? Did it have anything else? I'm just curious because clearly, who think you created Twitter? Yeah, pull up his Twitter. Is he banned or is his tweet still up there? Oh, can you go to his account? Yeah. Oh, beautiful. This is fantastic. All right. Oh God. Okay. I'm already taken aback by the first sentence. Iranian youth are leading a revolution against 44 years of dictatorship the world needs. Okay, that one's not bad. Okay. Who do you think created cancel culture? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. What's that one? That's more Iran stuff. Okay. Scroll down. Scroll. Yeah, I can't say that word. 22. He's running for president again. I'm assuming that's what they mean. 2024. Oh, I think they deleted a lot of his tweets because that was what, November 3rd, 2020?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, dude, they must have deleted a lot of his tweets. Damn it, dude. Rightfully so. They were anti-Semitic tweets. They were. That's like because I do get on like especially like with TikTok, they love to take my fucking videos down. Dude, you have no idea how many times I'll get on a video. It's so crazy. I think TikTok, they have a hit on my head. I don't think they like me, but they have. Anytime I post a video and they don't like it, they'll just make shit up. I've gotten videos taken down where like I got a video taken down. Listen to this. For bullying and harassment. You want to know who I was harassing? Humpty Dumpty. Humpty, this fictional egg. And I said, and I was making fun of Humpty Dumpty. And I go, and I don't even know what I said. I said, what? I go, wow, talk about having no center of gravity, pussy. I go, I could sit on a wall and not fall off or something like that. Or I was like, or honestly, Humpty Dumpty, if you're really thinking about it, he's an egg. If I was an egg,
If I was, I was trying to put myself in the mind of Humpty Dumpty. If I was an egg, things I wouldn't do extreme sports, and I think climbing a brick wall would be considered extreme sports. If you're an egg, I think that would be considered extreme sports.
I think any heights.
Any heights in general. Yeah. Because I don't know if you guys have ever, cooked, anybody who's listening right now, if you've ever cooked anything ever with an egg, you drop an egg, it fucking cracks. Mm-hmm. And Humpty Dumpty was just up there, sitting there, swinging his legs around. He's like Humpty Dumpty. He was probably like taunting. There were probably people walking by. He's like, fuck you, I'm an egg, I'll do what I want. Mm-hmm. He was like, I don't know. He's probably on that wall. What I want to know though, was this like a JFK situation? Was there a hit? Was he taken out? Was Humpty Dumpty taken out in this little cartoon here? Was he maybe he was up there you screaming like eggshell power and people didn't like it?
Maybe he was being anti-Semitic.
Maybe he was being anti-Semitic on Twitter and someone knocked him off the top of the thing. Were you about to say something?
Maybe he got poached.
I like him.
I liked that. Maybe he got poached. That was beautiful. No, but anyways, I was making fun of Humpty Dumpty and they called me bullying and harassment. So then I went back on TikTok and I doubled down. This was at a time though when you could get banned on TikTok and then they wouldn't take your account away. They've taken my account away multiple times. I have to email. I've talked to too many people, like quote unquote, it's like higher ups or whatever who like run shit at TikTok. I've talked to too many of them. I should never need to associate with these people, which by the way, they're fine people, whatever. Don't take my account away. You're great. But I've needed to talk to these people far too many times. I was like, hey, you gave me bullying and harassment because I was harassing myself. I go, I don't know. I go, can you not do that? And they were like, well, it's not nice. I go, I'll talk to myself however I want to talk to myself. I go, this is my account. I go, if I want to call myself an idiot, I'm going to call myself an idiot. And I go, and then anyways, on the Humpty Dumpty video, I wanted to double down and I was like, fuck them. I was like, oh yeah, you think that's bullying and harassment? I go, let me make fun of somebody who's actually real and see what you do about it. So then I came on there and I was like, you think Humpty Dumpty? I go, I make fun of Humpty Dumpty, you take down my video? I go, they're not even real. I go, you know who is real though? Flo from Progressive. Fuck that bitch. How about you how about you discount double check my nuts in your mouth? And guess what? They didn't take the video down.
Not even a warning?
They didn't even give me a warning. And I was like starting to get pissed because I was like so cocky in the comments. I'm like, this is going to get taken down in 30 minutes. You fucking watch. 3 weeks later, it's up. They proved, it was almost, I think they did it just to prove me wrong. Like they were like, no, you could say that. And it's such bullshit, man. I've gotten minor safety. Do I look like a minor? I've never even had a child in my video. They go minor safety. I was dry. One time I had the phone, was not holding the phone, propped up on the dash. They go, this is minor safety. I go, what? Because I'm talking to a camera while I'm driving? I go, people fucking text and stick their foot out the window while they drink a pumpkin spice latte. But I'm not allowed to do this? I'm not allowed to fucking talk to a camera, not even making eye contact with the camera. I was watching the road. 10-2. 10-2. I was 10-2, but they were like, this is unsafe. You're going to fucking run off the road and run over a school bus. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, you're going to, like, they think I'm going to like go past like a school and there's going to be like that chain link of fucking kindergartners. You know, when they're like holding together, they look like criminals. Yeah. You know, they're like holding it. And they think I'm going to like run down and be like 10 points, you know? And they think that's what I'm doing when it's like minor safety. I don't know. I don't remember what I was talking about before. Let's go to the next. Was this the next one?
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Scientists create a hybrid brain fusing human neurons into baby rat brains. This shit scares the fuck out of me. I don't like this. I feel like it's a slippery slope because then what next? Then they're going to start putting human stuff into like monkeys.
I'm thinking there's already hybrids out there.
Dude. You shouldn't have said that because I'm going to get into a topic real quick. Dude, there's so much shady shit in the government. Part of me wants to like, I'm actually terrified to, I would never want to be like involved in like something like political or like, or be someone like super high up because I don't trust myself to like know too much because I don't trust like, you know, and like how my brain works is like I'm always gonna be like, oh, like what's the funniest thing I could say right now or something like that, or like even when I'm in conversation, like all I'm thinking about is like what's funny in that moment. So like if I knew, like say they had like I don't know, like a fucking pig human pig hybrids or something like that, I would be with my friend somewhere and I'd be like, yo, that's crazy, dude. You know what's even funnier? There's pig human hybrids in my trunk right now, and then everyone would go silent, and I go, no, laugh, and then and then I would get killed.
Because I would just like, if they told me some shit, like if somebody higher up would be like, yeah, you know, we got UFOs back there. I go, that's crazy. And then I would just be listening to a conversation that might say like my friends were having or something like that. And they were like, oh, dude, I wonder if aliens are real. And then I'd be like, oh my God, don't fucking say it. And I would just be sitting there and I'd be like, don't do it. And they'll be like, what are you sweating for? I'm like fucking drenched. I look like I just jumped in a pool. They're like, what's wrong with you? I go, I think it's the medication. I don't know. I go, I don't know. I think I'm just thinking too much. And they're like, and then my friends would look at me and they'd be like, wait a minute. They'd be like, do you know something? And then I'm not going to lie.
Can't lie to a friend.
Because what's more important than hiding government secrets? Not being a liar, obviously. You got to be truthful with one another. That's right. The government, which also I find interesting, they're like one nation under God. What does the Bible say? Truthful? Love one another? They're not being very truthful, are they? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you're going to revolve a country around it, maybe stop lying. You know, I'm just saying. Maybe stop lying. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Anyways, back to the rats. Scientists have successfully transplanted human brain tissue into the brains of newborn rats. These rats are getting, if this doesn't work out, they got an upper hand. You know what I'm saying? Like if they got a little bit of human in them, they're going to like, oh, dude, you know what is going to happen? We're going to fuck up. And in like 1,000 years, there's going to be like these rats like coming out of the sewers. And then they're going to be like, all of a sudden, they're going to start like teaching turtles how to do karate, you know? Do you guys not get that joke?
Does that sound familiar?
You guys, that's what I'm saying. I was like, no, dude, that's what I'm saying. That's probably how that happened. Because
Either that or French cuisine.
What?
Ratatouille.
Oh, dude. I was thinking, you know what I always think? I don't know why I always, oh, God. I never think of Ratatouille as a rat because I see him as an individual. Because he's such a
So he's got a human brain.
That's
I'm
so
not
considerate of you.
No. I'm dead serious.
I call him Remy.
When he said French cuisine, dude, I was in my head. I was like, Ratatouille is an individual with a beautiful sense of smell and taste, and he's a fantastic chef. So I didn't even consider Remy from Ratatouille for that exact moment. I wasn't even considering him. Anyways, researchers from Stanford University created these hybrid rat brains. It's always the fuckers at Stanford, dude. It's always Stanford, Yale, or something like that. It's always actually a lot of time it's like California schools like Stanford, Caltech, or something like that. They're always doing some shit because they got too much money and too much free time.
Like,
And
we're not good at law.
Yeah, dude. They got too much money and too much free time, and they're like, you know, they're like, oh, 2035, we're getting rid of gas-powered cars, but then they're just shoving this under the rug. They're like, by the way, we took your fucking 9-year-old's brain neurons and stuck them into a rat. These brains serve as living laboratories, allowing the team to grow and manipulate human behavior tissue and see how it influences animal behavior. How's it going to influence it? I don't know. They're probably going to be a lot smarter. The experts said their work published in the journal Nature could advance research into mental disorders such as schizophrenia or autism without the need for invasive procedures such as extracting tissue from the... Oh, so they're So they're creating schizophrenic rats?
No.
Is that what's going on?
No. That's how they're justifying it.
No, yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. So they're saying it could be a cure for schizophrenia or autism. Okay.
That makes it sound so much worse.
That makes it sound worse, yeah. Scroll down a little bit. Let me see. We can now study healthy brain development as well. Brain disorders understood to take root in development. Blah, 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 blah. Scroll. Really quick. Okay, right there. We can also use this. Are those two rats making out right now? Dude, they get 1 ounce of fucking human DNA and they can't keep their dick in their pants. They turn these rats into frat kids. These rats, dude, they gave them a little bit of human. Honestly, it wouldn't kill them to give a couple of frat kids an extra human neurons. Maybe a few of them. I don't know. Have you ever, dude, one thing that I started doing recently was, or actually this was a few years ago, when I started originally making like comedy videos, I started doing like I would do like some random like frat kid stuff, like making fun of them or whatever, because I grew up watching like Jimmy Tatro.
Oh yeah.
Obviously. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, like this is kind of funny or whatever, like when I was first starting out. And I started saying dude so much, ironically, that I literally unironically put it into my vocabulary. And people will like DM me and they're like, it's so funny when you say dude. I go, I'm trying not to. I say it way too fucking much. Sometimes in an episode, there was like one episode I did. I think I was just like not ready for the episode. Like I was way too like, I just kind of like went into it and like I was just like all over the place. And I think I was like listening to it and I was like, I said dude 46 times in a minute. Like I don't even know. I've talked to frat presidents. They have not said dude 46 times in a minute. I mean, it's insane. Anyways, let's see. For the study, the scientists used rat pups that were 2 to 3 days old, the equivalent of a human newborn. That was stupid, just to be clear. 2 to 3 days old, a human newborn. That's like, a human newborn, it can be 2 to 3 days old, right? I don't know. I felt like they were rearranging. Where was I? This is because the brain connections are largely formed early in development, making young rats ideal candidates for transplantation. The team grew human brain organoids in the lab, and 2 months later, where they began to resemble the human cerebral cortex, the organoids were transferred into the brains of rat pups. This is fucking crazy. This is terrifying, actually. Is there any more on this? Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, scroll down more. I want to see them when they get to like, because they always leave like the shady shit at the bottom because they don't want you to read it.
That looks like the end right there. So
Yeah.
this is the end.
They found that when compared with rat brains with normal neuron cells, rodent brains with Timothy syndrome neurons were much more smaller and lacked the sophisticated brain pattern. We learned a lot about what the fuck is Timothy syndrome. Do you know what that is?
I have no idea.
Is it when parents can't be original when naming a child?
That's a good one.
Somebody's not gonna like that. Can you actually look that up for me real quick? I'm just curious what it is. Can you imagine it's like some like terrible disease? So I just made a fucking joke. I'm sure it is, honestly. Timothy, not Timothy Chalamet, although I wouldn't mind looking at him on the screen. Timothy's cured by a heart condition called long XT syndrome, which causes the heart muscles to take longer than usual recharge between beats. So it's survivable.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Yeah. Beautiful. What else did I want to say? I was trying to see what else we got here. See if I gave you. We looked at all the. Oh, the missing boaters. That was the one I wanted to see. Fuck, I forgot about that. Here we go. Guys, listen to this shit. 3 fishermen survive over 24 hours. To be fair, on Twitter, it said 28. So just be clear. So we'll say 28. They survived 28 hours fighting off sharks in the Gulf before miraculous rescue. Scroll down real quick. I want to see how they did this.
Tell me when.
Is that a video? Or is that just a photo?
No, a screenshot.
The fishermen put on their life vests and made the call to abandon ship. Okay. We grabbed the ice chest and bandana. Sun tied the ice chest together and we hung on them. Okay. Oh, is that a video? I'll play that shit.
Oh, it's an ad. Fuck.
Motherfucking
I wish it was on
ads.
YouTube.
That's okay. So there's an ad. Before long darkness set in with the darkness came a new set of challenges. Jellyfish as well.
Oh.
Jellyfish, now that would cause an absolute problem because you see a jellyfish and a jellyfish is going to come after you and it's not going to be good. Because jellyfish, I feel like that's going to fuck up your swimming patterns. You could skip, I think, at the top right.
Okay.
Beautiful. Okay, let's see this. Maybe skip to like the middle a little bit. I don't need to watch them struggling. Okay. So that's them getting lift. Was that get? Oh, okay. My bad. I didn't realize they were so into it. Yeah, let's go back a little bit.
Here we go.
So how long? So they were out there for a while. So they got a whole helicopter crew coming out. These people probably showed up, like the helicopter crew. They were probably showing up and they were probably like, these people are fucking dead. Like 28 hours. By the way, 28 hours. What the fuck were they doing? The Coast Guard? They're just dicking off? They're just showing up late? Well, I don't know how that works though. You know, when they have like a whole. Oh, wait. So the boat. Hold on a minute. Wait. Was the boat still floating?
No, it's the Coast Guard boat.
Oh, I was like, oh my God. Okay. That's them with the. I was like, I thought they just. I didn't see the colors on the boat. I thought they just jumped ship, and we're like, yeah, it's floating, but I don't trust it. I don't know. It doesn't look stable. I don't know. It doesn't look like Noah built that ark.
So this happened recently. You're gonna like this. People they're on a yacht and they're at a party and they jumped off the yacht and everybody jumped off the yacht and they didn't put the ladder down, so they were actually stuck outside of a floating boat.
Oh, they just didn't put the ladder down?
Yeah.
That's some dumb shit.
Really dumb, right?
That's some dumb shit. That's their fault for having a 120-foot boat. That's what you get. That's what you get for having too much money and not enough brain cells. That's what you get. That's what you get. I mean, what's so crazy? By the way, 28 hours. They're fighting off sharks for 28 hours. If I saw one shark and I was with somebody, I mean, like, you want to be optimistic, but I'm gonna be like, that's it. Like, we're done. I'm gonna just be like, maybe I'll put like a cut in my leg and like be like, come on, just like get it over with. I can't believe I'm not treading water for more than 15 minutes before I call it quits.
You got to see the movie Unbroken with Louis Zamperini, because him and 3 buddies survive 26 days or 47 days at sea.
That was just a made up story, right?
Nope. I'll pull it up.
It was a real story? That's not real. No way. 26 days? Did they have to eat each other?
No, one died though.
Did they eat him? I'm curious. Would you eat your friend if you were on a deserted island?
I'm giving you guys the green light to eat me if it's necessary, if I die by natural causes. For you to survive, because I care about you guys.
I wouldn't. If I die, don't fucking eat me. That's gross.
There you go.
47 days?
Mm-hmm.
He spent 47 days at sea?
Mm-hmm.
I just realized, too, that deserted island joke, the amount of times I've just seen that on TikTok, or that deserted island topic, that would be like me bringing up like fucking, like if you were an animal, what animal would you want to be? You know how stupid that is, man? If you were an animal, what fucking animal would you? That's like the most typical podcast thing like ever. Yeah. Whenever dudes bring that up.
Yeah.
If you were if you were a hippo, would you? That's the amount of times I've seen that on TikTok is crazy.
If your girl cheats on you, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Yo, dude, if your girl, yo. That was honestly at the beginning though when I started talking about sucking your own dick. That was totally on the same part, dude. When you start talking about this shit and you're like, dude, would you suck your own dick, man? And then they and then you post it on TikTok and you're like, this is viral, man. This is what the people want to hear.
He was an Olympic runner as well.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that'll help.
Mm-hmm.
That'll help. No average Joe's going out there in fucking 47 days.
That's a national hero.
You put me out there, dude. If I survived 47 hours, I'd be impressed. 47 minutes, actually. I'd be impressed with myself. If I could tread water for 47 minutes, I'd be impressed.
Get this, when he got saved, the boat that saved him, enemy boat, sent to prison camp for years. Yeah, right after this. He didn't get out of this and was like, oh, I'm saved. He got put into prison camp.
That's so
The most notorious prison camp in the war, too.
Oh, no. Oh, it was 1943, so this was World War II.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
It's so fucked up.
Oh, no. That is quite terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, surviving sea. We need to get off this topic right now because we're just like, this is like the most generic podcast topic. Next thing I know, I'm going to start talking about my favorite bars in the city. Yeah, dude. So me and Kyle, man, every week we go to this one bar, dude. Yeah, I'm going to start talking about sluggers. Start talking about, which by the way, if any of you know, isn't that the bar with they got the batting cages downtown?
Oh, I've never been.
You never been? Dude, crazy shit ever. I don't know. Their insurance cost has to be absolutely out the ass. Because they have batting cages inside of the bar. You get drunk and then you swing a bat.
What about axe throwing?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
You can get drunk and throw axe?
It's a fallen market. Yeah.
I want to know what their insurance costs are because it can't be low. Because I feel like if you're insuring people, imagine walking up to an insurance agency and they're like, hey, what do you need? And you're like, well, I have this bar. And they're like, okay, yeah, we can insure you. You're like, wait, I'm not done. We give people these. It's sort of like it's like a stick.
It's like a big hatchet.
It's like a stick, but it's sharp, right? It's a stick. It's like a stick, and they're like, sir, what are you trying to? It's like a stick, but it's pointy and it's dangerous. It could hurt others. And they're like, an arrow? And they're like, that would have been better, wouldn't it? That would have been better. And they're like, if I say arrow, is that going to be less or more than machete? And they're like, do you hand people machetes? No. I just wanted to know which one would cost me less money. Because, I mean, dude, when you go to fucking, that is a crazy bar, though. Also, by the way, I find it hard to believe that nobody has ever been in that situation where they're at this bar, there's bats available, and they see their ex with another guy who maybe they see him. Maybe first of all they see him. Maybe they go to the bathroom with him and they do a little peek over the urinal. They realize that he's packing. That's 0 for 1. Mm-hmm. Then maybe they see him later and they're like, fuck, he's got a nice watch. That's 0 for 2. This guy, he's drunk. He's at sluggers. He's at the plate with 2 strikes. What do you do at the plate with 2 strikes? You start swinging.
Call him slugger.
You start swinging. And can you really blame the guy if he beats this guy's skull in? No. I don't think you can. I'm not saying that it's a good thing, but I don't think you could blame the guy.
No.
you can't blame him. I mean, because clearly she is flaunting this dude on purpose and trying to agitate my man, who clearly possibly has some anger issues and is not going through the best of times. And for her to just walk in with a new guy, not even thinking about, is he there? She's not even concerned about it's this big thing nowadays. You got to be concerned about everybody else's mental health. You got to be worried about what they're thinking. Clearly, she didn't know that this guy's out of his fucking mind, which she should know because he's her ex. And then she's going to be sitting there on trial when he's in for murder. And she's going to be like, he never showed this aggression when we were together. That's enough. That's enough because that's not the truth. because they'll say, right? Have you ever noticed girls when they're dating like frat kids? And you ever talk to a girl who's dating a frat kid? They'll be like, I don't know why he punched that guy in a bar. He never showed aggression. He puts holes in his wall. You know what I'm saying? they're like, he never showed that aggression to me. He died in Call of Duty, and there's pictures on the back of his wall. He's not artsy. He doesn't like to paint. There's an 8-inch wall. There's an 8-inch hole in the wall. And then she'll sit there on the stand sobbing. And she's like, I don't know what happened to him. He's never acted this way. What do you mean? What do you mean he's never acted this way? And she'll be like, I don't know why he started. I don't know. You know, and what's crazy too is like, when you've met a guy who's kind of in that realm, I guess you could say, where like, you don't just like, it's normal for somebody to like, hey, you had a shit night, maybe you got in a bar fight or something, or just, shit went south, you got in a fight. That shit happens. You don't just have a blade in your sock. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't just so happen to have a 5-inch blade in your sock. You don't carry a crowbar in your car because you do handiwork. You're not fixing things. You don't anybody, I'll tell you right now, two people who have a baseball bat in their trunk. Mm-hmm. People who play baseball, maybe a professional athlete, of course. You would think that maybe they would have a baseball bat just in case they saw a field, they were with some buddies, maybe they just wanted to go to the batting cages, get some work in. That would make sense. You find a baseball bat in the back of the car, I'd get that. But if you work at Office Max, why do you have a baseball bat in the back of your car? Because you want to hurt others. Mm-hmm. That's why. So those are the two type of people. So it's crazy for me to think that these girls who are dating these guys who then go to the stand, and that's what kills me too every single time about these, when people become serial killers, or especially the fucking how many school shootings there are. Mm-hmm. The parents kill me every single time whenever they look and they're like, I don't know, he was a normal kid. Normal kids don't dissect squirrels. Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, he was like every other kid. He would, and they start going on. They're like, he would take squirrels apart. He would suffocate raccoons in our, he would waterboard the local preschoolers. And you're like, we had some legal trouble there, but other than that, and they're like, it's just boys being boys. That's what they love to say. That they're like, just guys being guys. Who doesn't waterboard their friend every once in a while? All right. Sometimes they're the enemy, and you got to get an answer out of them. Sometimes, sometimes they kill you in Call of Duty and you got to put their head against a wall. I don't know, man. I think we could call it. Mm-hmm. Thank you guys for listening. I think this is obviously, we're going to be doing we'll figure out angles, stuff like that. These angles aren't set in stone, but we're going to figure that out as we go. Make sure you rate, review over on Apple, Spotify, per usual. Follow the YouTube, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, share with everybody you know, share with your friends, share with your family, share with that crazy guy down the street who's waterboarding animals, right? I mean, he needs a good listen.
He needs this.
He needs something to get his mind off of, clearly. He needs anything to get his mind off of that. But anyways, I end every episode, you guys know Ric Flair, right? Mm-hmm. I end every episode with 2 claps and Ric Flair. You want to do it together with me?
Show us once and we'll do it together.
Okay, so what I do is I go, can I get 2 claps? And a Ric Flair. And then I go, woo! Like that.
Oh, cool.
Okay, ready? All right, everybody. So, thank you. I will see you next week. Can I get 2 claps? And a Ric... Oh, fuck. Sorry, I paused it. I'm sorry. No. You were right. There was a little pre-cum. That's okay. That happens. That happens to everybody. It's a normal thing. Don't get mad at your guy when he does that. It's normal. Anyways. Can I get 2 claps? And a Ric Flair.